This is
so wait,
absolutely
you're saying
crazy.
global warming is real?
I think they're taking all the ore out of the earth, which is causing it to vibrate at a lower resonancy, which is causing the solar and lunar stones that are 3,000 miles above us to come a little bit closer.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Hot Dabs Sessions. I'm Hashavelli, joined as always by Dr. Darby, live from the Rosin Evo studio. Today we have a very special episode. Big Mace returning, one of the most return guests to the show. Today we're going to be doing a sessions, and not just any session, the second ever Conspiracy Series Sessions. Today we're going to be talking about one of those theories that may not be so conspiracy. It's actually proven to be true, but it's to remind you that not every conspiracy is bullshit, okay? So maybe pay attention once in a while. Mace, thanks for joining us. Thanks for making the drive down.
Thank you for inviting me, man. I can't wait to get high and talk about conspiracy theories with you, or a conspiracy theory with you.
And
always a good time.
It's always a good time, and not just conspiracy theories. Today we have some Pokemon cards. Darby stopped by. We know Mace is known for the card collecting and the pop culture, so today we got some of the, you know what series this is?
There's a couple, these are newer ones, Temporal Forces, I think it's called like Palladian something, and then Obsidian Flame. They're all from the Scarlet Violet. They're newer ones for sure.
Newer ones.
But I'm still privy. I'm on point with this.
And if we find anything good, it's going to be available on the Patreon for you to buy. This is going to be an episode used Pokemon, and it could be rare. Mace, what do you say? Let's open up the first pack. This will be a Patreon pull. Patreon, here's the man himself.
Look, check it out, guys. This is a Pokemon pack. You guys remember these when you were kids?
Now, Pokemon has those nostalgic feelings. It takes you back to being a little kid. Do you remember back in the day when it was hard to even find the packs?
Bro, I could tell you some stories about this right here.
And it was actually the adventure of finding the Pokemon itself that was half the fun.
Yep.
You just want to catch them all.
My first Pokemon pack that I opened was at an Olive Garden. My dad bought me and my brother a pack apiece. And the first card that I ever pulled was Voltorb. I remember that clearly.
Wow.
That's when the addiction started.
Yep, and that's when I started smoking crack. So here we go. Psychic Energy, a Licky Tongue, what do they call this one? Charge-a-Bug. They just do anything nowadays. This is like a charger / bug. Like, Pokemon has not, like, they're creative.
They didn't evolve like the Pokemon?
Dude, they just do whatever. Like, they'll do a Dabrig Pokemon. They don't give a fuck.
Dabba Bug.
Slugma.
Bug-a-rig.
Solstice. Iron Juggalist. That's a crazy name. Demise.
Uh-oh.
Electric.
Uh-oh!
Mega Ross, and then it looks like we got a Hollow, a Scyther. Wait up, here it is. There we go.
3 hollows!
Let's go,
First
buddy.
pack, 3 hollows. Put them down on here so everybody at home can see this
and
shit.
then we look
We're
up the
retiring,
value.
Darby.
Damn.
35-cent value, 15-cent value, 10-cent value. We're up, guys.
And multiply that times 500 because we're on Hot Dabs and we're
And that's
looking
how
at,
much it's going to go for on the Patreon.
Okay, so we're going to make sure
Bam,
these
bam, bam,
go
bam, bam.
straight
You have the horn
into-
sound?
Yeah, we're going to put it in there. Horn sound in there. Now, these are real. Some people say, oh, they buy the fake Pokemon. You know, no. You watch them crack the seal. No seal, no deal. These are real Pokemon. We got the Scyther, the Metagross, and the Fluttermane. Metagross is what I like to call those
Dang.
Puffco smokers, but we're not going to go.
You're out of control. All right. I gotta go.
All right, first 5 minutes getting insane. The chat is going wild. And without further ado, I think we killed enough time. Let's rip a dab.
You're out
We're
of
trying a new
control.
stunt. YouTube is trying to keep us down, but if we wait a couple minutes before starting to dab, we might get around it. Now, Mace, you want to tell what spurred you even being down here today? This is kind of a last-minute episode.
I don't even know. I was talking to you on Instagram.
It was an instance of fraud. We stole his likeness and put it on our jars without permission. And then I texted it to him just to rub it in his face. So he said, dog, what's up? I said, I got jars for you, but we made him come all the way down to San Diego to work for him.
These motherfuckers, man.
So without further ado, here is the very jar in question. You guys may have seen it.
Yo, the gangster SpongeBob is out of control, bro. You guys need to stop, bro. You guys
Tap in, fool. You guys need to tap in, fool.
Yo.
Too bad you can't because this is all already gone. When you put Mace's face on something, it goes quick.
Oh,
so this is
man.
the Honey Shebanger Banana God Z3. Say that 10 times fast. Okay?
I lost it.
Honey Banana Shebanger Banana God Z3.
Exactly, and that's what we have today. This is the VG collab, and I think since it's the first dab of the show, we should go in pretty big.
Math. These guys are crazy. Disrespectful jar art, by the way, but I love it.
Actually,
it's the best.
Actually, Mace, you need to take this with you. Let's crack open
That's why he had to cut
another
his
jar.
hair. It's
Let's-
not his likeness anymore.
We're gonna crack open some candied belts for the first dab because Mace needs to take that back to the lab. This is gonna be some candied belts, another Valley Grove collab.
You guys are out of control. Tap in, fool. You guys use like a picture of me with no emotion. It's just like, you guys are the best.
All right, now this one we will be dabbing is going to be a candied belts. This is going to be a candied oranges rainbow belts blended run. This is a collab with Sonoma coastal grown farmer Valley Grove. Now Valley Grove is killing it this year
VG.
because they got that vital garden supply. They got that 100% organic input. They shifted over. Last year they were kind of Synganic. This year they have a spot that's fully Vital Organic. So shout out Vital Organic. We use them too. Best inputs in my opinion, unless you make your own, but not everybody has the time to do that.
Vital Garden's fire. They do great work.
Here you go, Darbs. You are going to go in on that one for the first one?
I'll go with you. I'll taste what you guys are
Yeah,
tasting.
here you
dude.
go. I'll
That's
get
fire.
you locked and loaded over here. Darby, you got your dab.
Yep.
We got the Resin Bros official holding us down. Everybody knows I like these because, oh, he's got too much shit in his hand. Guess what? Locked
Wow.
and loaded.
Let's go.
Guess what? Locked and loaded.
Another one.
Oh, you need some more? Oh, locked and loaded.
This reminds me of a world record we
I'm
won.
sorry, some people just thrive when they get high, and that's what we're gonna do today. And we're not gonna die because we're gonna expel every conspiracy theory that you think might not be true. Guess what? It is true. We got the facts to prove it. I forgot we were live.
Tell
We're
them
about-
what conspiracy theory.
we're
What,
about to
what,
cut
one
you
do you think
guys
we're
off.
doing? Resin Bros official. We see you, dog.
Resin Bros is in the
Appreciate you.
chat. I forgot we were live.
Ow! Let's go.
All right.
You guys too. You're rad.
Here, you just take your pick from these, buddy.
Let me see. I'll grab this.
You can
bad
stay
boy.
locked and loaded though, because we still gotta heat up.
You guys are out of control.
I love to say it. All right, take a dab at home for every time we say locked and loaded. Today's
Locked and
first
loaded.
dab, presented by Toro Quartz. For the tastiest quartz, I fucked that up.
Hey, this ain't a Toro.
Yo, you should have did it. You should have done it.
Fuck.
I did do it.
All right, we got one over here. All right, here you go, Darbs. This
you.
one's already dry.
Cool.
I guess I was watching the not Toro Quartz episodes.
Oh man.
And I came with the other one, you know what I'm saying?
That's okay.
You can use that, or we got one right here.
We got
for
one
you.
right there for you, dog.
No doubt.
That's a bigger one though. You need a bigger surface area.
I think
for
that's
these.
perfect
Yeah,
for me.
I think it
I
is
brought
perfect.
You say surface area?
We got the wheel here, the Rosin Evolution. We're pulling it all out on dab one, people.
Numero uno.
We know you got ADHD. If we don't get them hooked at the beginning, they're gonna say, "Man, this episode doesn't have what it takes to keep me hooked." Guess what? We got it all.
Let's go.
Boom or doom on the wheel today. It's big boom.
What is that?
This is the Rosin Roulette Wheel presented by Rosin Evolution. Today we got a bunch of fun power-ups to help us decide how exactly we're going to get high.
Let's run it.
Go ahead.
You want me to spin
Yep.
this bad boy? All right. Oh, it's gonna take like 2 minutes to spin as fast as I spin it. No.
Open a pack.
What does it say?
Miyagi G.
Miyagi.
that's the dry dab one, huh?
So our boy Mace is always doing dry dabs already.
Do we have the Miyagi G's over there? We might only have one here today.
In case you
Rock
didn't know.
Run
It looks like Mace might be doing this solo.
Rock that
And I'm just gonna have to go on in this Toro Quartz slide. Shout out Toro. I dropped my slide the other day. It's withstood 5-foot falls, but the last one just broke the slide off.
Every morning he
fuck
just
you
drops
drop
it
your
5
Toro?
feet just to make sure.
Because I'm an idiot, man.
Jesus Christ.
Today we're gonna be going in at whatever temperature we want because the wheel has decided Miyagi G dry dab. So it's gonna be dealer's choice on that. Mace is gonna be going in on the Miyagi. Just be careful because sometimes it does tip over.
I got you.
Yeah,
right
you know
here.
what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be right here like this.
It is a good look.
You like how I just passed over the
Yeah.
yeah.
I know. Pocket rocket.
He's down for anything. So as we said, today is not just any episode. We're gonna be talking conspiracies, people.
So what's your favorite conspiracy? Drop it in the comment. What's the one that you think's the truest? Which one do you think's the fakest? And Which one do you think is just bullshit?
If we get 100 comments, we'll expose the secret documents that we have. But today, we're talking about a fun one. One that's proven to be more than just a conspiracy.
A little too true.
A little too true, a little too close to home if you ask me, because this all went down on American soil. You know what I'm talking about, Mace? You know which one I'm
You're talking about MK Ultra.
I'm talking about MK
K
Ultra. And we're not talking about the strain. I know some of you are sitting back and saying, I smoked that shit last week. No way the government made that. Guess
They
what?
didn't.
They didn't. Mace, how many MK Ultra strains do you personally know of?
I have one in my garden.
You got one?
Supposedly it's MK Ultra.
And do you think it's actually a CIA operative? Do you think it's just like a narc in your garden? They say birds aren't real. Maybe that plant isn't real, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. MK Ultra is actually proven to be real and proven to be true. Now, Darby, what do you know about MK Ultra? Can you tell us anything about it before I start pulling out the facts?
The CIA, from what I hear, is the CIA was working on mind control. They wanted to infiltrate the celebrity Hollywood area, and they started paying them to do, shout outs, I guess you'd say, to, support the certain things that they wanted, and it wasn't working well enough. So they wanted to start figuring out how they could control their thoughts, their minds, and make them do exactly what they wanted, like puppeteers.
That's true. So it was a government study. Now, the MK origin was a covert program run in 1953 was the official start date, okay? And the purpose of this was aimed to develop techniques for, like Darby said, mind control, interrogation techniques and psychological manipulation. Now, where did they get their funding? Who's going to do such a crazy thing? Couldn't be our government, right?
Someone's got to pay them, or do they just make their money?
Wrong. It is our government.
Oh,
the CIA, technical services staff with millions of dollars allocated for the various projects.
From your guys' pockets.
Thanks, taxpayers. We're going to lock you in a dark room and feed you acid. Have you ever done that, Mace?
Yeah.
I've done acid, yes.
In a dark room?
Yeah.
No.
No.
At a Grateful Dead concert.
It's kind of
Yeah,
fun.
probably a better experience.
Yeah, way different.
As anybody who's ever actually done acid knows, it enlightens the sentence.
Yeah,
See, the government's coming at us
mushrooms
right
give
now.
you the questions, acid gives you the answers.
It gives
Remember
you
that
the
one.
answers, but it also heightens the senses to the point that if you're overstimulated or if you're stimulated with the wrong things, you can have a bad trip quick.
Oh yeah, and it lasts about 8 hours, 12 hours, so you don't want to let it take over your mind.
Now, the program that was involved with these experiments, we're giving it to people at different colleges, and they were giving it to people unsuspecting. That'd be like Mace slipping in some autoflowers into his packs and just doing a little project on people and seeing, how do they adapt when we give them some of these Russian ditchweed,
Yeah, they'd be pretty mad.
They'd be pretty mad.
Ruderalius.
Now, some of the notable cases are Dr. Sidney Gottlieb and Dr. Frank Olson, which actually led to Olson's death under suspicious circumstances.
Is that the Olsen twins' parents?
Might have had a connection, I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
No connection.
No relation, sorry.
He could have got suicided. This was before the Clintons, but still a thing that was happening. Now, LSD was the primary focus, hoping it could be used to manipulate individuals. The U.S. was actually in a race against Korea, China, during the Cold War, Russia, to try to come up with these techniques before other people, okay? So they're trying to figure out, how can we do this shit?
Yeah.
Now, how do we know about this right now? Why are we even talking about it, guys?
Declassification.
The Rockefeller Committee.
Rockefeller Committee. See, in the 70s, the revealing extent of the program's abuses came to light. The revelations had led to significant changes in U.S. law and policy concerning the government-sponsored research and human rights. So they tried to change some things and make it so that our government couldn't do tests on us, but I'm sure they've pivoted
their heart.
found a different way. Some would say the food supply itself. But that's not what we're here to talk about today.
Yo, that went deep. If you caught that one, huh? The food supply itself.
It did. We're probably not going to get any of the sponsors that we wanted to after this episode, but sometimes you need to talk about these things. So MK Ultra, it was the ethical violations that were the biggest thing, because the basic principles of human rights are to know if somebody's giving you things that's going to alter your consciousness, correct?
Yeah, straight up.
Same way that it might be considered unethical to administer hash or THC to somebody that doesn't want it. Or
Like edibles or stuff.
Exactly. At giving people edibles at a party and not telling them, that can be kind of fucked up.
But you know the government's motto? It's easier to ask for forgiveness than for permission.
Yeah, and they can buy themselves out of anything. So
Well, yeah, they
if
just
have
print
to
the money
settle-
for it.
Exactly. Well, they don't print the money. Who does, Darby? Let's get down the wormhole a little bit.
Rothschilds.
Boom. We're
Yeah.
talking about the central banks.
If you were there for that episode, they stopped me from being there. They walked me out.
Now, the MK Ultra encompassed over 150 sub-projects. That means there was a bunch of smaller programs that were a part of this. So sometimes when you may wonder, you know, what's going on behind those closed doors at these universities, sometimes it's not always daisies. Right, Mace? That's right. Ethical violations to the unwitting subjects are what brought notable figures such as Sidney Gottlieb and Frank Olson into the public light, with Olson, like we said, dying in 1953 after being administered the LSD without his knowledge. We were just talking about that, right?
He had an LSD overdose?
Yeah, it sounds that way. It was initially ruled as suicide.
Oh, he suicided himself.
Suicided himself.
That'd be happening.
It does.
That happens a lot.
So either he
More than
knew
you
something and was threatening to bring it to light because he had been administered these things, or they tried to paint it in an aspect that he did it himself due to the overwhelming effects of it.
It was interesting because LSD was legal for about 4 or 5 years in the 50s, and after they realized that, you know, the enlightening effects, just like, you know, a recent situation with the sickness that started people waking up rather than what they wanted to do, they just were like, yeah, we got to cut this shit out. And then they made LSD illegal.
Yeah, and some would say they made it illegal because LSD tends to make you think outside the box or differently. And if the government wants you to think one way and they can control you thinking one way, thinking outside the box isn't always a good thing.
Dangerous.
You need to conform.
Need to conform, right? And that's what they tried to do. Now, it wasn't until the program was brought to public attention in the 70s by the journalists and congressional hearings, but by that time, the actual trials were already over, so these people were already suffering the effects. Some people say the Unabomber himself, the guy that came out and wrote the manifesto against AI and technology taking over, was one of the victims of this program.
I wouldn't doubt that at all.
You know about the Unabomber?
Yeah, he has like a mugshot out, right?
Yeah.
The hood, the glasses,
Yeah.
you know.
But
everyone's
apparently,
favorite look.
the reason, now we're getting deeper down the wormhole because one thing leads to another,
They're all connected.
always look for the therefores. I learned that from South Park recently. Good script always has therefores or buts, not and thens. So therefore, this guy that was administered this acid, and like we just said, it can make you think outside the box. So this guy went down this rabbit hole, and this is in the early 90s, of saying, hey guys, technology is going to take over. Okay, this Terminator shit is not fake. It's not just a movie. Like, AI is coming. Technology is going to keep evolving, and it's going to get past the point of consciousness to the point that.
Where'd that come from? Pocket tech?
Pocket tech.
What'd you have in your pocket there?
We always keep Q-tips and paper
Whoa.
towels.
Look at this
In
guy.
the pocket, you know.
I looked over, he's all, I went to go hand him, he's all, got it. I'm all, son of a.
That's some good smoker tech right
So you
there.
know he's
Keep
an
one in the
OG.
pocket. Hey, the more pockets, the better, because you can carry whatever you need.
Yeah, cargo pants.
So the Unabomber started thinking what?
Unabomber started thinking outside the box, and he went down the wormhole, and this is in the early 90s, way before everybody was already stuck to their cell phones walking around, way before...
Like a zombie?
Yeah, way before all that, he saw the thing, the writing was on the wall, and so he was like, damn, how do I get these people, these zombies already, to pay attention to what I'm trying to say, you know? He couldn't get his message out there enough, so what did he end up doing? Terroristic attacks. So probably not the best outlet, but...
Because what was his message, technically? That's what it was?
The manifesto itself,
Yeah.
I didn't do enough research on it, but he wanted it to be published because it was him talking about how we needed to stop technology and like the AI's advance.
I
because
never even looked into why he did it. That's my first time
He
hearing
was
that.
trying to bring
That's interesting.
the light to his message.
He got caught, right?
He got caught,
Yeah.
yeah. So he went down in history as being one of the most famous American terrorists, but some people say he was part of these studies.
That's intense.
Long story short.
That
Yeah,
is
the
a good
LSD
story,
could
though.
probably have you like thinking ahead of time like that, you know?
For sure, and some people say time itself isn't linear. So if we're actually all beacons or antennas of like a higher Wi-Fi signal, maybe we have the ability to channel something out there that can give us some sort of input to a more circular timeline. Maybe we already know everything and everything that's happened and everything that's going to happen.
Deja vu.
But we don't have that part of our brain. We're only using, what, 10%?
Yeah, I feel like deja vu is kind of like that.
You think?
You know,
Like, because you already knew it was
I heard
coming.
it's your life telling you you're going on the right path.
Yeah, like
The synchronicity.
Like I'll like this could be deja vu when none of this ever existed, right? Like I could have felt this before I even hopped on Instagram. Like, what am I doing sitting at a weird table surrounded by cameras with these two guys?
You could just wake up right now.
Yeah, and you're like, oh shit, deja vu. I remember I pictured this.
Yo.
You know.
And
I saw this in a dream before.
And that's where I guess different timelines occur, because every option or every decision you make could just that happens in existence, but you're on the path of the best version of the path.
Do you think
I guess.
we're only experiencing one timeline, or do you think by the choices we make we can shift our timelines?
I've heard 2 timelines just shifted recently.
Are we actually experiencing more than one timeline at once? And if we start talking about quantum physics, atoms can actually be in 2 places at once. The same
And
atom.
quantum entanglement, it happens instantaneously, faster than the speed of light. So like everything's happening all at once, and it's just like, yeah, it sounds a little crazy, but do some research, read about those 2 items, quantum entanglement and all that stuff, and it's just a big trip that, you know.
It is a big trip. And
It's real.
It brings us to our next point. Let's open another pack of Pokemon cards.
Let's go.
Now, some people would say Pokemon cards is just another form of mass consumerism. Guess
Let's
what?
go.
You're right.
You're right.
Escapism, nostalgia.
Yeah.
We all play victim to it sometimes, but it's fun.
Yeah.
So let's open up another
Let's
pack.
enjoy it.
Just realize what we're doing.
Yeah.
The first step
be
is being
present.
conscious.
Yeah,
Yes.
being conscious.
Because the present is a gift.
And that's the only life you're
You
living.
heard that, Mace.
You guys
He
are-
cut his hair, dude.
You guys are too much.
It looks good.
It looks real good.
You say, oh God.
Do you love taking dabs with friends, but hate cleaning your banger the old-fashioned way? Are Q-tips alone just not cutting it? Does burning your leftovers take way too long? Introducing the Banger Basket with all new tab technology. So simple to use, even you can do it. Simply open your basket, pour in your alcohol, dip your banger, and voila! You're ready for another dab in an instant. Leaving you and all your friends happy, healthy,
and ready for your next dab. Get yours today at www.saveyourbanger.com.
So the trick with these newer packs is, you know, you start with these 2 in the back. You got to move, you got to get the gift. This is like a key code for internet cards. You can move one to the front. Now your most rare card, potentially rare cards on the back now. So now you don't get, it's like you save the best for last.
And if you start with an energy, you know you did it right.
Exactly. This is a steel energy. This is a Paracel lady, a Porygon 2, Octillery. He's a classic. You guys probably recognize him. Ooh. We got some Golbats over here. Damn. Ancient Booster Capsule.
Damn, you're an
Orthorome. Professor Turo's Scenario. We got a shiny, guys.
Looks sus.
We got a fucking shiny right here.
Another one.
What is it?
Tin Cat Roof.
Yep.
That's its name.
Fucking rough.
We got 3 shinies in one pack.
A Mantike.
4.
And a Volcanio.
No
Let's
way.
Go. We got.
We're going to the
We got
spank.
Volcanio.
Street value $400 right there in that pack.
400,
right
and since we got a Volcanio, that means one thing only.
Another dab.
A hot ass dab, Volcanio style. And since we're gonna do a hot ass dab, there's only one way to decide what type of dab we're gonna do. This is the Rosin Roulette Wheel presented by Rosin Evolution. This bad boy got all types of power ups. Go ahead, Darby.
Is that a Miyagi G?
Miyagi G. So it looks like we're just gonna work our way down the line, and this will be my turn.
Yeah.
Now look at this.
Make sure you hold it
I
because
know.
it goes
yeah,
forward.
It's gonna tip. All right, so I'll go in on the Miyagi G. It'll be funny if we hit it every time going across.
That is good.
Yep. All right, so for our next dab, I'm gonna have to wait.
It's heavy, top heavy.
For our next dab of the show, we're gonna be going in on some golden eye. This is that real deal Valley Grove shit.
I'm psyched to see this
Thank
one.
you. Yeah, you got that, Mace?
I got you,
Yeah, he's
baby.
on demonstration mode today. This is another Sonoma Coastal Sun-Grown. We put Yusuf Dikek, or Dicek, as his friends call him. On the side, he's that Olympic hash ripper. Smoking dabs is coming to the next Olympic Games 2028. They just announced it. So the qualifying is going to be going down at the Rosin Evo studio in sunny San Diego for the U.S. team. If you think you got what it takes, come bring your fucking lungs and put it to the stakes. Thanks, Mace.
You already know.
All right, you already know what I love to do, and that's get locked and loaded. We're not loaded unless we get locked. This one smells awesome.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
This one is a Dole Whip Pheno from Valley Grove. They're a farm that loves to pheno hunt. What is pheno hunting, Mace? I think you know a thing or two about that.
Pheno hunting, generally speaking, is when you pop seeds instead of growing from clone. And it doesn't necessarily dictate, like you could pheno hunt with one seed, like, hey, I'm pheno hunting. But, you know, mostly it's like doing more.
Having a variety.
Doing
Yeah,
more.
I guess that's a good point.
You could
Technically, you could pheno hunt one seed.
You could pheno hunt one seed. I'm pheno hunting one seed. It's fucking. you're
Believe in
doing it.
yourself out
Yeah.
there. If you found one bag, I actually met a kid on the East Coast that found a couple bag seeds and some lemon G. You
Yep.
know, like the Ohio lemon G.
Yes, I've heard of
like
that.
3 seeds, or he might have found 6 seeds, but found like 2 or 3 like keepers.
Yeah.
And like some people think, oh man, I have to do X amount, or they'll be on, especially if you're online and you see the big farms and like what they're doing at scale, you may be like, oh shit, I can't even start if I need to go that big. You don't. One
No.
pack.
A lot of people start from a bag seed that they found. And that's what gives them the passion and the drive to be like, oh man, this is better than a lot of the stuff that I'm buying these days.
Let me grab some
Yep.
of that golden eye.
There
I
you go.
ruined your dab. I'm sorry.
I got you. It was big enough that there's still plenty there.
Over you go. Clean that up.
Boom, we got it off the table. Nothing's wasted. And some people in the chat, we hear you. Wasted to taste it. It must be shitty hash if they're just gonna smoke it that hot. Guess what? D.
2.
D.
Tell
You're
your
doing
friends.
hot temps. You can do bigger dabs.
Facts.
It's still gonna taste good, especially if you have good hash.
That's facts right there.
Right?
That's absolutely right.
All right.
Scientifically proven.
I'm switching over. I was gonna attempt to do the slide with the Miyagi G, but it's just proven to be too heavy. So sometimes in life you have to pivot, and that's where actually evolving like a Pokemon.
Should we open another pack?
I think that's a good fucking transition, if any.
God.
Give me that shit.
Look at that.
Should we take our dab first or open the pack? For Mace is already opening it. Go ahead.
You know, you want to.
It was half open already.
We got a lot of packs here.
So far, current value at 504 cents.
We're gonna have a.
Yep.
Yeah.
4 cents because those 3 were all
4
worth 1
cents,
cent.
yes.
We're gonna go trade this up north for some hash with the kids.
Pack's already open.
Now these were all sealed packs.
That's a psychic energy.
Are there any good energies?
Yeah, there used to be one when I used to play the rainbow energy and the double colorless energy. Those were always cool.
Yeah.
Because they were like
They're rare.
the rainbow energy, you could put it for any energy, and then the double colorless gave you 2 energies instead of 1.
That's
Yeah.
good to have.
Apom, Pan Sage. This dude for sure smokes.
Yeah.
You think
He's
so?
got good shit.
He's
Look,
got
look
good
at his
shit.
hand. Like that's some like terpy shit. Put that down on the tray so everybody can see that.
smokes.
That dude's smoking
He
good
smokes.
too.
He grows.
He's
for
got
sure.
it on the island for sure.
Mantike.
Manti Teo?
Again, another one.
They made him a catfish.
Gabite.
That would be fucked up.
Oh look, this looks like that one glass maker.
Oh,
sick,
shit.
Sick Lazar.
Oh, it looks like an elbow.
Elbow?
I
Yeah.
thought you meant it actually looked like a glass maker.
I've seen a glass blower that looks like that.
Toad
lizard face.
I was
Scroll.
gonna say.
Slitherwing. All right, here we go. Tandemas. Damn, this is a super cute
Ooh,
card.
that's a kinky one.
That's pretty good. I like that.
They just gave up. Like they're just
Tandem
like
mouse.
they're like just fuck it. Anybody here? Give me. My daughter made a drawing. Can she put it in the Pokemon?
It should be a Pokemon, right?
But it's called Tandem Mouse. It's Tandem Mouse.
But what about
Tandem
there was a
You
phone
get it?
charger?
Like
There was
tandem.
there was a Pokemon. There was a phone
They
charger.
gave up
earlier.
in that regard, right? Or it's actually cool how they can make it like that.
That's how they do it.
What? They're born as twins?
Smoke rip.
What happens? Yeah, right.
That's how they do it. It's
Rip
like a play on
Smoker.
words and shit.
God.
Toad School, and then we got ooh.
That looks pretty good.
This one's easy $1,000 right there.
Boom!
Easy
We're up to
$1,000.
$6,004. We're getting rich, people.
This is why
Tell
people
your
play
friends.
Pokemon.
This is all part of the strategy.
Subscribe to Patreon to see the full list of pulls so that you don't miss out on all these amazing finds.
So you have the opportunity to own not just a rare Pokemon pulled by Masonic
You guys
Smoker.
are out of control. There we go.
Burns the lips a little bit on the dry Miyagi. That's what we were talking about pre-show. We were saying, Mason, we said, are you going to even use water? Are you? And he's not, okay? So that's been proven.
He's a Miyagi
But he said
G.
it doesn't, the water doesn't make a difference. He said it doesn't even make a difference. And then we said, well, does it make a difference on the heat? That may be the only thing that it does make a difference on, especially on a small rig like this. You're going to get all that heat.
Yeah, you're gonna suck up all that.
Look at that
heat.
hot boy.
Like it'd be like a volcano, like a hot dryer straight through your lungs.
Darby's out here with bolts in his hand, so he needs to be careful on all aspects.
Yeah. Makes my hand hurt a little bit smoking too much, so
Crazy, man.
I've been taking a little bit of break, yeah, because it increases your blood pressure a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like a catch-22, but
Take
yeah.
it easy, buddy.
No painkillers this whole time because that shit's gonna kill you. So I'm just raw dogging life and chilling with my boys. So
Raw dog in life, au natural.
this isn't body art. These are metal pins in my fucking hand.
Speaking of raising my blood pressure, you know what else raises my blood pressure? In a good way?
Conspiracy theories?
Pheno hunting.
Oh.
Let's stick with the pheno hunting. The conspiracy theories, I feel like we're going to get suicided if we go too hard. So we're going to get back to the phenos. Now, Big Mace, I know every year in Compton, you are working on new shit because you're somebody who realizes you can't be stagnant in this industry. You can't have the same fucking Oreos cut every year.
Oh, that was the roughest.
It's rough.
The Oreo generation.
Somebody just tagged something in their story. They named like one of their crosses like Oreo's Paradise. And if you are my homie, and I forget who it is, I'm sorry. I didn't say anything, but never put Oreos anything in your breeding.
Nah.
Nobody wants that. As soon as I saw the name, I don't care how good it is. I don't want to touch it because I don't like smoking wet cardboard.
That's like Blackberry Kush.
Now, if we were somebody that didn't care about our terps and stuffed it in a puff coat, maybe we want that shit, but we don't. Now, Mace, if we're talking about your pheno hunt for 2024, what can we expect to see coming out of the stable? You got some new stuff you're working on?
Yeah, I'm working on Starburst hybrids.
Oh,
The garden's looking amazing.
And thank you. I'm working on.
and is it straight Starburst?
It's
OG?
So I grew Starburst F1 and F2 seed stock from Higher Ground.
So you have your own Starburst, basically.
Yes, males and females.
Okay.
I have an assortment of them.
And are you crossing them to
Nice.
each other?
I crossed them to each other already.
Yeah.
I already have
So you got the
F3
BX?
and I
Oh.
have F1 in crosses, and I have F2 hybrids. Like I crossed it to Headbanger, Shishka Berry, Papaya,
Okay.
and a couple other dope ass ones. But I'm just
Shishka
keeping.
berry is
So
really
you,
cool.
you got all
Hell
those
yeah.
because
It's
you
cool to
can
cross
do them
that.
all at once, so you can come out with a nice lineup of all the crosses at
Yeah,
once.
so this winter
That's
I'm gonna
important.
revisit all those populations and just do like a bigger bust with them because I only have so many for myself right now.
So you're going to keep all the seeds and just bust them all to make more.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just to revisit
A
them.
bigger bust.
Now what?
Hashtag
He's
bigger
going
bust.
bigger bust.
I was like,
what if
that's
somebody
fire.
said, "Oh fuck, Mace, I don't have time to wait for the bigger bust. I want to get it on your mini. I want to get on the little bust with you." They said, "I want to bust with you on the first bust."
Yeah.
Co-growers?
Could they tap in? Is there a way
Yeah.
that maybe you would allow some exclusive small batches to go out?
No
Possibly?
doubt. So the only thing that is up for grabs from that population is the F3s that I made. 'Cause
Okay.
I made more.
And explain to people at home that are just like viewing this for the first time, what does F3 mean?
So F3 is the third generation of those seeds. So it started with F1s, and then Higher Ground made F2s, and I bought those seeds and I made F3s. So it's just a continuation of those lineages.
So you're taking the same strain and having a male and female of the same strain and crossing it to each other, and then taking seeds from that, finding a male and female and crossing it to each other. And
Exactly.
then doing that one more time, and that creates your F3 line.
Yes, it's like pushing
And what
a
does
line
that
forward.
what does it do? Does it tend to stabilize the genetics?
So once you get past, to my knowledge and from my firsthand experience, like once you get past F2 and you choose your F2s and you choose parents that are alike, you know, that's
Yeah.
when you start to stabilize it, right?
Yeah, because you're actually choosing the XY that's going in.
Yeah, because you could choose two F2 parents that are a little bit different because there's a lot of variance in
Yeah.
F2s, and you're like, yeah, you're kind of like narrowing it down still because you only have so many choices, but you'd narrow it down even more so if you're doing proper selections.
That's what I was going to say. This is where the art of the selection actually comes into play, because if you're just randomly keeping shit that's not good phenos, you're actually going in reverse.
Disservice to the strains.
Yeah, you're not really crossing it to the best keepers. So what do you tend to look for? Do you have to find that equal medium of this is going to grow sturdy enough to not piss people off, but it is also going to carry terps? Or do you go terps first? I remember, I'll never forget when we interviewed Pure Melt, and I said, are there like a certain amount of like touch points that you need to have your phenos to or anything? He said, what? Fuck that. It's about the terps.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you look for?
So there's some key points when I'm doing my, well, just in general, right? Let me take this dab, or else I'm gonna heat it up.
I feel like I was worried at first we were gonna get so MK'd ultra'd that the government was gonna zap us, and then this episode would have nothing after the MK
It
ultra.
took a pleasant turn, because
But now that we're on this,
there's a fire conversation, a lot of topics that you don't really get to talk about and hear about.
maybe you didn't know exactly what Mace is doing either, so you see him posting these things, but you don't want to hit him up and ask him a question that you feel
that
embarrassed about.
So when I'm doing my pheno selections, hunts, there's like things that are important. It's like growth patterns. What does that dictate? How fast it might grow, how early it flowers, you know, how mold resistant it could be. That's another major key for where I'm at physically. But lastly, that kind of ties into the terps, is like, how unique is this? You know, how, like, are you going to spotlight something that's already regurgitated and everyone kind of seen already? But that's fine. There's old stuff that's being spotlighted, for instance, shishka berry, right? So it's all like, that's all part of the hunt, because everything kind of is already, everything's a derivative of something new, you know? So it's all like, that's part of the hunt. Yeah, the best growing, most vigorous to your environment, because if you're growing like in a tent, you don't want something that grows too big, but like something that grows great, finishes early, and is unique, right? And status quo, you know, like if you're running some type of production place where the bills need to get paid, you know, it's kind of, you got to do something everyone agrees on, right? But it's just like pheno hunting, there's a lot of equations, but yeah, terps are important, you know, like I don't, but terps are, what are terps to everybody, right? Everything just is. We know, we think everyone knows what we know, but people just know what they know.
Yeah, there's different paradigms out there that you have to consider, and that's what the purpose of all this is
That's
discuss
true.
this. And it is also important that as a tastemaker, you keep in mind that you have to be objective. Like Mace just said, that just because maybe you don't prefer a flavor, it doesn't mean people out there really still want it, and there is a need for it in the market. So you need to be cognitive of this if you're going to be a well-balanced breeder.
Because sometimes I'll think that I'm like over certain strains, and then I hear like 6 or 7 people all about it, and I'm like, I guess it's just me.
Just having an open mind, you know?
Yeah.
It is cool to have the perfectionists. We need all these people that kind of dive in and like, oh, I'm the fire guy, I'm the candy guy, and it's easier for people like me,
Specialists,
to grab those pieces and just be like Bruce Lee, you know?
Oh yeah, that's where network pays off.
And I just kind of,
you're connecting the dots.
Yep.
You know, they're putting firm, bold dots down, and Mace is going to connect the dots.
Giving them a chance to fly.
and kind of doing my, you know, I like to spotlight things as well, but as well, I'm more like a record store, right? Like there's always the hot song, there's always like the classics, there's always Pink Floyd on the shelf, that'd be your Tangy, you know, there's always, you know, fucking...
What's your hot song right now?
Right now, like Shishka Berry.
Yeah,
hey, go grab the
it's cool,
Shishka Berry.
right?
Wilson, I'm spotlighting again. I made a population of more Wilson, so
That
I'm
would
telling
be like
people.
your staple.
I got a couple
obviously.
Wilson crosses that I've been waiting to pop. A Wilson 4 and Wilson cross with the papaya.
Fuck yeah,
Wilson
man.
runts.
Yeah, those were promising strains.
What would be your more alt, your underground that somebody had to really come in there looking for?
I trip out sometimes, so I have like an extensive menu on my website. Like I have a build your own bundle with 225 strains.
What's
that
the
you can
website?
choose from. Masonic Seeds Co. And besides that, like there's just strains scattered amongst the website from the years of my, you know, just accumulation. And people will go on the website and they'll grab like a strain that I even overlooked, right? They'll be like, oh, like, let me get your Romulan. I haven't spotted a lot in Romulan in a long time. They're like, I'll take one of your Romulans, and man, like, I could think of another strain that's just like random. Like, let me get that Tina cross from Exotic Mike. I'll be like, damn, like,
That's older. Yeah.
you know, like it shows you where their
fire.
head's at,
The
right?
Romulan is super old though, compared to the Tina. That's relative like 6 to 8 years.
Yep,
-ish.
I had
Exactly.
Romulan in 2003.
That's crazy old somebody. Oh fuck, I
The
can't
blue
think.
Romulan?
Show Me Your Melt, I believe, gave me a jar to see of Romulan at Culture Cup, and it was the closest to a grape gas that I've smelled of an old school.
I could totally see that.
Totally.
Because I grew a bunch of AK-47 seed stock from this year's population. I know, like, as time goes by, all these old seed banks, it's the same way I repopulate strains, I'd imagine they do the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
They, like, capture that light, but with a new
Get to a
seed
certain stock number, and they're like, all right, we got to hit this one
We
again.
got to remake
But
it.
then come back,
Yeah.
fashion, it comes back in cycles.
So I
The
grabbed
last-
the AK-47, and I grew these out, and yeah, it reminds me of that grape gas. And I'm just like, yo, this AK smells like grape gas. And I bring farmers to the house, to the garden, and they'll check it out. They'll be like, no fucking shit. Like, if you wouldn't have told me, you know, like, you could be like, power suggestion, yo, check out this grape gas. Oh, nice, grape gas, buddy.
Because
It's
grape
AK-47.
gas is super hype right now.
But it's just terps, though, you know.
It's
And when
terps.
the terps are brought to life the right way, they really like. We don't know what Romulan was, and I don't know what that was in 2003. It was just a bag of weed I got, and I'm like, hey, this could be whatever.
I know Romulan as a AK Bean Brains seed stock seed. Like, I take it for what it is, right? A lot of people, it's like ego getting in the way
Yeah.
when you ask them, like, you don't even ask them. You could just kind of tell off rip. Like, a lot of this blue Zushi shit getting thrown back and forth. Like, I kind of just take it like, oh, where'd you get your blue Zoo? I got it from the homie Kelly Bud 562. And I don't even, like, respectfully, I don't ask. And I just take it for what it is. I grow it out and just kind of roll with the punches. And allude it to the bar later when I get some real blue Zoo that hits my desk, and I'll be like, oh, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough to know until you
Or
have
what
them
the hell
side
have they
by
been
side.
growing this whole time?
Yeah. It's tough because the cuts are exclusive, and when they build hype, sometimes people will, you know, create stories or fabricate things, or things will get backdoored. I know people that used to grow things, and they'd have workers working for them, but they wouldn't even label what plants are. They'd have like letters and numbers because they didn't even trust like the workers in fields to have access to all the cuts.
This is what I can see happens, right, with the rename of a variety, right? Dudes are exploiting the hype and just selling something similar. Here, like, let's just fucking bamboozle everybody. Someone found a genuine bag seed, and it's super similar to the receiving end.
Which is totally possible.
Yeah, and they're just like, just fucking run it, dog.
Yeah.
Sell it as is, grow it out. Oh shit, cool, we got the mom. Hey homie, pop it up. And what you said, some dude like, you know, out of spite, you know, bad employee, you know, something happened. He just backdoored one, and
the cut did
and
get
these are
out.
the three scenarios that I could see, like, with the name game.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you could be for certain is like, oh, I was gifted to it by the guy that created it.
Yeah.
Or I went through this nursery, I went to Hayes Valley, I went to PCG, and even what's their story? You never ask, you just take it for what it is.
Exactly. So
That's why it's cool to pop seeds.
It is.
Yeah.
Speaking of the name game, I think it's time we pop more than seeds.
Whole lot of name game,
Let's
gotta catch
pop
them.
Which one?
Another pack. Give them
me the-
both. We got a lot to get through.
Yeah, bang them
I'm
out.
gonna heat up as he's ripping through another pack. We're already up to what, 5,004 cents.
5,004 cents.
Patreon, you get exclusive first access to these. And if you want Darby or Mark, who's behind the camera, by the way, Mark is looking like fucking Robert De Niro in
Captain
Taxi.
America?
We got to get a.
Sheesh.
Holy shit!
He's back.
Yeah,
baby.
he's back. Shout out Mark off the IR. A heart attack couldn't take our boy out.
Nah, he hits dabs harder than that.
Yeah, he does. All right, now we're back to the action. We're pulling another pack.
Fire energy.
That's a
Fire.
good sign.
Ooh, Pikachu, guys. You know how much Pikachu is worth street value? You know what
What?
these kids do for a Pikachu?
What
out
They
are
there?
these kids doing for a Pikachu?
Simi
Hide
would
this
literally
fucking
suck a...
Pikachu. Run home with this Pikachu.
Don't let Simi see that, dude.
Fuck
Yo,
no.
Kufant,
Yellow Zushi? No.
Krogunk, Rookity, Passimian.
Oh, I
What
like
is
that one. It
this?
sounds like Pass Me One.
Yeah, it sounds like Pass Me One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
And
they
he's
definitely
green.
do stoner shit.
And he's green.
Yeah, checks out. They got stoners on staff.
Like, speaking of cool energies, we got the reversal
That's
energy,
cool.
guys.
yeah,
Yep,
Mason's
yep.
keeping that one.
yeah,
Sorry,
love
guys.
all the people they.
Therapeutic energy, another hollow,
Wow,
hollow
what the fuck?
therapeutic
Energy. Oh,
We got them all.
Vortex energy.
Hop Hip and Jump Lift. That's actually.
Whoa, what the fuck
I
is
think
this
this
pack
is
about?
actually like a homage to a old pack or.
What the fuck?
Yeah, this is like a.
This pack got us fucked up. It got
think-
me
yeah, they were
fucking
hard.
thinking
We're
about
up.
shit.
We're up. This looks like the
I think our value
Neo-Genesis
almost
one.
doubled on that
What
one.
the
We're
value
up.
happened?
We're
That's
up.
more energy cards than I've ever
We
seen.
could
which
trade
means
this
the
one for a
energy is
contrabasso.
through the
Contrabasso right
We
there?
could trade
Right
this
here,
one for
buddy.
a basso. Easy.
We could trade that right there, but we're not gonna yet because we still got packs to pop.
Oh, another one.
Let's see what else we got over here.
Brrrah.
guys. Yo, you're gonna start a whatnot, Dustin?
What the whatnot?
Oh, whatnot.
Oh, that I can sell shit on there,
you
huh?
could sell shit
You
on
do the
there.
pull
Like
live.
people's pictures we're gonna be selling also.
Yeah.
So this is what they do, right? They'll open a pack for you. You pay for it live, and the guy that opens it for you, he gets like, I don't know, $2.
What, is
every
he
t-
naked or something?
No, he's just
You
like,
were on that
he's
crazy
just,
shit.
He's just running it up.
Well, we could do
I
that,
heard an NFL
right?
player did it.
We
and
could
he
do
made
that.
millions, and then he was like bamboozling people. He was taking out
Insider
all the,
trading. You hear they're using the X-ray machines?
They're doing the what are those called?
They're like
The CAT scan.
Yeah, they're
scan?
cat
Yeah.
scanning
And they're
packs
weighing
of
them
cards
also?
to
They are.
look for the fucking
Weigh the closed
inserts.
pack.
We
So
were
don't
just-
believe fucking anything you see out there, guys.
Imagine we could CAT scan our seeds and see if there's mids in there or not. Apom.
What if people started cat scanning their
Pollywog.
jars so they didn't know they didn't get catfish on it?
Bro, they totally
Fancy stickers are fucked. I'm gonna buy a $20,000 radiation machine.
bug catching set. Agron, Clefable,
Okay.
Bella Bolt, Corpfish, let's go. Oh shit, no. And the Morris. This looks like a fucking Powerpuff Girls villain, y'all.
Yo.
Man, that one's cool.
Mojo Jojo knows her.
Pokemon doesn't like
That's the name of
Powerpuff
the
Girl
new
villain.
Yeah.
Straight up.
new Pheno hunt coming on
This
the way. Enormous, or what's she called? Enormous.
Let's go.
You're gonna see some new strains coming out named
Enamorous.
after Pokemon.
I think her name is Enamorous. No,
What strain are you smoking right there?
that was whatever was locked and loaded. Forgot about
Oh,
one from
shit.
earlier in the
That
show.
was one of the 007. That was the one before
GoldenEye.
that. Yeah, it was the GoldenEye. Yeah.
I was waiting for you guys. We got some Mad Hasher here to try straight out of the. I got him from the East Coast, but he's on the West Coast. But he's from the East Coast, so this is a lot of back and forth.
Damn.
What'd you get
There
from
was a
Matt
lot-
Hasher?
What is it?
A lot of work went
I
into
think he
getting
took
that here.
a page out of Cannabis Chris's book. What's it called?
Dragon's Fist times sour cream
But what's it-
pastel de piña.
Hey, Chris,
Look
you better
out.
check that. See if
Hey.
he's copyright infringing. I don't know.
Hey, you better look the
Chris
fuck up.
owns all the De Piñas.
Now, what do you think about people who rename their pheno after they find it? I guess there's two circumstances. They rename the pheno, but they still give credit of what it is and the breeder, versus people who just rename shit and don't even tell you what it is.
That's totally fine. It's
all good.
If you bought seeds, were given seeds, you grew them out in your garden, and the seed stock is called,
Bamboozle.
it's like bamboozle. That's the name of the strain, and it's Purple Punch times GG4, right?
And you don't want to tell people you're selling them purple.
No, not even that. It's just that. Like that's what it is. That's what it is.
That is what it is.
Like you grow those bamboozle strains out.
And then they got bamboozled. That's why you named it that.
No doubt. You're hilarious. And then out of those phenos that you find, you could call them whatever the fuck you want.
You could give it a moniker.
Yeah, you can give them all, their
nickname,
own
huh?
name. Yeah. And but they're all still bamboozle.
Yeah.
But in
Crossed with
actuality,
whatever.
they are all Purple Punch GG4. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, in actuality.
like respectfully, a bunch of
That's
these
true.
names are fucking stupid, and it'd be hard trying to keep track of most of them.
Yes. And that's a good point that you brought up, because eventually you're just going to have to go back to the lineage and the genetics, and in back cross 10, back cross 20, it's going to have 20 different names, but no, at the end of the day, these are the two strains that it is.
Yeah.
When the name does kind of take like people like, oh,
Gets legs.
it's like it gets some legs and fucking wins some award, and it's like, oh, that's Banana God, that's Wilson, like the name kind of like stamps itself. But like before that, I only name shit when I like think it's super cool, or like I don't name too many strains. It's usually just like, banana OG papaya trop. But Oni named it, so I ended up calling it that. But eventually, like the cool shit that I would make, I'd name it. Like, oh, we're gonna call this one Banana God because it's a fucking banana OG Wilson backcross.
Yeah.
I remember we popped a pack of your seeds, or actually it was a friend that grew a pack, and he had one in his backyard, and it was one of our highest yielders ever to this day. It was like an 8.3% from
The TKT CPT Tropicana F2.
See, you knew what it was. That's crazy.
By the yield.
Because we literally called it Hella Wilson because I didn't know what the fuck all that meant when I saw all the letters. And I literally was like, bro, just call it Hella because there was a lot of shit. Wilson.
Yep, it's Triangle Kush Tandy Tropicana Cherry Pie Tangy Wilson.
Isn't that crazy?
That's
and to
fire.
this day, I don't know if we've ever surpassed it. We've had a GMO that did 8.2, but that one plant did 8.3 grown in SoCal from a backyard. We took the same cut to NorCal and it did like half that. Like,
Yeah, it's different.
It's crazy.
It's different. That's how it
That's what
works.
made you originally start this mission that you're on.
We're on a mission now. We're
Yeah,
on
it's a
God's
mission.
And we're trading genetics with people and we're seeing how it turns out in different terroirs. Now we're trying to get a spot in Maine so we can see how our cuts do coast to coast.
That's so dope. Maine, I actually got to go to Portland, Maine, like 3 times over, and they got killer hash like
They do
for a
good.
minute now, you know.
Oleo.
They have a lot of fire shit out there. Is Oleo out there?
Wait, no.
Helios.
Yeah.
Helios.
I remember when they came through, we were definitely didn't think Maine was a threat.
They
That was when I
up.
met you that year.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, no one thought they like, you know, you don't think that
was
someone that's
culture
not in
shock.
your backyard
It was
is going to
culture
beat
shock.
you. And you're like, wow.
Yeah.
They
came out of
culture shocked
nowhere,
the
you
fuck
know?
out of
They
us.
had like rainbow belts.
It was a really good one, and it was just Z with a twist, you know, and that's what sometimes the tables look
Something
for.
different.
Yeah.
Belts
the
is
Z
really
turps
good.
are so good, you know. If you have a good pheno, yeah. I'm not.
Question. I heard back in the day, like this was around 2010 that I heard this, when they would like name strains and they would give out the lineage. It'd be like 3 strains, and they'd only tell you 2 of them, and just wouldn't tell you a 3rd strain was up in it.
I never knew that.
Yeah, this is something I heard.
But that's
that-
natural selections for your ass right
Yeah,
there.
That is
you know?
natural selections because you just list them both because you don't know what it was,
Yeah,
right?
it-
I never knew what that meant, but that is when they list 2 names. That is, it's because they.
That's the
could've-
mom.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably just the mom, and it's like, oh, what hit it? I don't fucking know. Like,
Yeah, so
here's
you
here's
hit
your
both.
seeds,
Yeah.
and have
Yeah.
a good day.
And it's just like, I heard that because I was over in Amsterdam and I was looking into strains, and I happened talking over the Tangy, and they were like, oh, they'll only tell you 2 of the strains that are in it. There's 3 crosses in it. And I was like, really? Like, I never heard any verification on any of that.
That's the only thing
something-
I could think listening
Yeah.
to that, you know?
Yeah, because I know up on the hill they'll throw a bunch of seeds around also, and they don't know really what is, you know, all cross to it. But it's nice to, you know what it is to be able to verify genetics
No doubt.
along the lines.
No doubt.
Should we spin the wheel one more time?
Let's see what happens.
Mace, you got anybody talking to you about anything hot coming on the scene this year? I know the Banana God has won, and you didn't even know Adam was entering it that year at Ego Clash. Has anybody been in your ear about, hey, dude, this shit's turning out fire. This might have a chance this year? Anything we need to keep an eye out for?
Right now, I'm kind of taking it into my hands.
You're going single source.
Keep an eye on Mace.
Yeah.
Single source.
I've been kind of just like whipping up my own batches, and like I'm doing a bed of barbs right now, like barb.
like orange barb.
No, like Barbara Bud.
Barbara
Oh
Bud,
yeah, but it's orangey, right?
No, it's peachy.
Oh okay.
It's Barbara Bud. It's Barbara Pie, which is key lime pie barb, and it's
lime's
the
one
other
of
one
my
I have is
favorite.
called
Barbara
Star
Bud
Fruit.
is amazing, dude.
Star Fruit is a Barbara Bud papaya hybrid, and it's a Grateful Seed Company seed stock and great gardener. I did some selections the past 2 years on these, and I filled up a bed in my backyard with it. So
That's awesome.
Small bust or big bust?
it's like as big as this table, probably. Probably get like 20 grams of hash out of it.
That'll be nice.
That's good.
Enough to
Yeah.
test.
Enough for a competition.
Enough to compete, for
Yeah,
sure.
that's really what we're doing.
You've
you know?
been talking about this since your stuff was starting to win. You're immediately like, all right, now it's my turn to start making it.
Yeah, just kind of, I got all the seeds now. I know how to make seeds and make cool crosses.
Right.
And the whole time I've been growing, I'll do a little bust here and there, but now I'm allocating more space and time to growing hash production for hash.
How tall are some
You
of the
went
tallest
full
plants you got?
circle in this bitch.
How tall are
Speaking
some of the
a
tallest
cir-
plants you got?
20 feet probably.
God damn, those things are gnarly.
There's some big ones.
I hit an
20
airplane.
feet, you just said?
Yeah, I got some big plants.
Right?
You're gonna have to drop us a video and we'll insert it so people can
Yeah,
see.
it's pretty big.
And speaking of C, I can see that we have a half gram in our future.
Holy
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
I'm already high as fuck.
If you don't want to, Darby, I know you have the fractured hand. We don't want to make it.
I still want to
but
do a dab, but
do a big dab.
I can't do a
just
half gram.
Don't do. Me and Mace can take the wheel.
Darby scissor hands.
yo.
We're gonna be going on the Mad Hasher, like you mentioned.
out of forest. Titanium alloy.
Oh, don't worry about that. It's sturdy. It's made of wood. All right, Paso de Pina, not to be confused with anything other than Mad Hasher. I believe this is a Kush Kirk creation, actually. Kush Kirk said, Cannabis Chris, unblock his ass.
You heard it here first.
You guys are the best.
We're all friends here.
Hey,
we love giving our boys
somebody
shout-outs.
has to bridge the gap, and that's what we're here to do. Now, Mace, I see you have a couple of jars over there in front of you. Is there anything that you wanted to show off on that plate right there?
Yeah, what's going on over here?
So this is some stuff I grew and washed.
So you're just speaking about taking it full circle.
And,
that's a cool logo.
Yeah, this is so my buddy Triple OG. He's a dope hash maker. He pulled up to the spot in Compton, and he brought his freeze dryer with him because I do air dryer.
What a savage.
You do air dry.
Yeah.
Damn.
So this is air
Just
dry.
back the truck in?
This is freeze dry, right?
Wow.
So he pulled up and we washed some of the grounded genetics that I grew. Grounded genetics is he's like the breeder's breeder. Like if you know grounded genetics, you know Grateful Seeds, you know Great Gardener, you know. And then there's other stuff that I don't know, but this is what I know, right? And so grounded genetics, he's a dope ass fucking breeder from Europe, or I think he's from Europe. And he did Tsunami and Nose Candy. Nose Candy is RS11 Ozark. Ozark is a OZK cross.
Damn.
Right? So that's what half of this is, and the other half is Tsunami, which is Sherb, Ozark, cross to Skittles or some shit. So
Will you open that jar?
yeah. So this is some stuff I grew that the homie Triple OG
Freeze dried
kind of
for
just he just brought it to the house.
Yeah.
Is that still fresh for us?
Yes, I
Damn.
had it in the freezer.
I'll pull
What
my
are the
phone out.
major differences you notice between air dry and freeze dried?
And then this actually
Because that looks awesome too.
this batch is a mixed batch. So like around December is like when you have that last Ura in SoCal where you could throw plants out, but some of them don't flower immediately, and you're just left with a bunch of ugly ass re-veg plants with the heads. This is like a practice whip. We're just practicing, and just to give you guys like an example of like the stuff you could produce in your backyard, even with plants that aren't perfect. You know, you could get resin, and you could just kind of maintain and grow your craft. That's what I'm here to show. This
This is the Triple OG.
this is my shit. You know, like it's all washed in my lab. He just brought his freeze dryer so we could, because this batch was more pristine as far as the flowers we grew, so I didn't want to air dry it.
Oh,
I was all like, hey, fool, bring your freeze dryer, 'cause,
Yeah.
you know, fuck this shit, you know?
Do a service to the plant, you know. You put all that
Yeah.
work into it, and if it's just a drive away, like, let's go.
But just by looking at it, you wouldn't be able to tell there's really any difference, right?
No, it looks
No, that's
great.
air dry right
Yeah,
there.
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying.
great.
You wouldn't be able
And
to
that's how
tell.
everyone did it back in the day. Like these freeze dryers have been around for not that long, and you know, not everyone can afford them out the gate. So a good air dry tech is definitely as valuable as a freeze dryer.
That's strawberry diesel cookies. So this one was actually fresh press when I brought it over, and it already changed over.
Really? Just
Yeah.
from the drive down?
Yeah, just on the, but this one, you know, the heads are a little bit more, just better, I guess. I don't know, I'm learning.
More stable, yeah.
I'm learning.
There's like a recipe to like squishing too, and sometimes you'll press at a higher temp compared to a lower because some things are just more tactile or more stable than others.
But we're doing a bunch of, I'm washing
Can I
with
smell
a
that
Capulator. I'm washing a bunch of his strains right now too, so we're learning a lot
Oh,
of
nice.
stuff.
Haven't heard Cap in a while.
Yeah, I'm washing like his alien cookies, some shit he calls Coolio, which is like a orange bud hybrid, which is the stuff that was used to make orange cookies. And just tons of his gear. You know, I washed a bunch of his Mac.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
the Mac doesn't yield that good though, does it?
We're
'Cause
just washing trim right now,
Okay.
honestly. So
just to get the.
as soon as I watch
yeah.
some Mac straight from Cap, I'll tell you, you know, like what the exact numbers are.
What is this one again?
Strawberry diesel cookies.
Wow,
that's
that
air
looks
dry. That's air
crazy.
dry.
This is good.
Those are light depth in my backyard in
The
the
light
garden.
makes the best
I say the
turps.
backyard just to kind of like, cause that's what they know me, right?
Yeah.
Like that was backyard at the spot, depth, strawberry diesel cookies cut that was gifted to me that we kind of just did a little monocrop on, tiny monocrop.
Yeah, it's cool, and it's got the stripes in it right now.
Yeah, it's like almost going like purple or something, or maybe
Yeah.
it's just our lights.
I don't know, but it looks great.
But
It looks really cool.
yeah, it's
These
neat.
are beautiful.
We're getting better and better at
good
at
turfs
this stuff,
too,
you know?
especially for fresh press. You know, it already has a good nose to it.
Can I try that one?
You could try whatever you
Yeah, I'll
want.
try
G.
that one.
You could try whatever you
Like,
want.
I'm already high as shit, but I need to try some of this.
All right, Mace, I cut this.
This is stuff
straight
that's
in
exclusive
half.
right now.
Here's a. Let me see these jars. Where's the other one at?
Right here.
Here, you can have that one, and you can have this one.
Thank
G.
you. I'm gonna give you a bunch of jars.
My
too.
guy.
These are like.
Thank you.
These jars. I don't make a lot of them, so it's like, you know, when I do start making more. But right now I'm very like, I don't know. It's
Is that
just
your
like-
hairstyle on there?
That's one of my logos right
Gonna
there.
have to give him a
This
fade
is
now.
sick.
You know.
Yeah, you're gonna need the updated version.
Yeah, well, you know, every time if somebody helps me out with a jar, I'll make a new art and shit. You
It's
know.
just fire. And
This is fire and has a
okay.
great nose to it. Thank you.
Yeah,
that jar,
that's the
sick as fuck.
tsunami. That's the grounded genetics mix. You know. It's pretty
Yeah, I'm
cool.
gonna save you. This is like a rare Pokemon card.
That is like a rare
Nah,
Pokemon. You know, I
you're
hate to
telling
put
me.
cream on my taco, but like I put a lot into that. You know, I
some-
sourced the genetics in Cannabis from him. You know, like I brought
you know
the
what
genetics
that
from
means.
Spain.
Yeah, you had to.
I grew them out.
Yeah.
I had to, you know, fucking keister
hyped up.
them just to bring them here. You know.
These seeds have
Still
seen
smells
some
fresh.
shit.
I got my turp pack right here. It's
Yeah,
going
this-
on the.
but the jar smells
cooler.
fresh.
That was grown in Compton and everything. Compton terroir, Compton everything.
We're
Yeah,
talking.
rap it,
Yeah,
rap
we're
it.
gonna have a coffee shop with all the
You have to
math
watch
behind
NWA
it.
when
Yeah,
you smoke it.
we're gonna have the
Yeah.
Compton terroir in the back.
That's what I'm talking
It just
about.
says Masonic's blend when you sell the beans.
It's only gonna get better, guys. Trust.
And
Damn.
this is a good place to start if
Yeah.
I've ever seen it.
Am I supposed to take a big dab? Or
Yeah,
something?
take like all of it if you
You
want.
guys are out of control.
This is what this is about.
That's like a 0.5, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Looks safe.
Yeah, locked and loaded over here.
Yeah, I feel like that's
now,
safe.
since you go to 0.5, I think you might need a different nail.
The same one or
I
a
think
bigger
you
one?
might- I think you
Break
might.
out the bigger one.
I think he needs a bigger nail.
Power up!
What do we got here?
We got the Toro. I think this is the 10-inch. We got
5
1,
ribs?
2, 3, 4, 5 side coils that retain the heat. So guess what? When you keep taking it to the next level, it's gonna keep giving you that smoke.
God, look at those fucking.
Toro.
Yo, can I tell them something about your show? So the 2 times I've come here, I can't drive back home.
That's how it's supposed to
damn.
be.
And I smoke a lot. Like I get high as fuck every day. It's not like, oh, you know, I'm gonna smoke before I go to sleep today. It's like, fuck no, you wake up and you do some work and you're like, oh fuck, time to get high as a bitch.
Yeah,
You know?
aggressively dab.
Yeah, or sometimes you're like, let's fucking get high as a bitch as soon as I wake up day. There's like 2 types, right? And but so I get high as fuck, safe to say. But when I leave here, it's like the first time I hopped in the car and I drove a little bit, and it felt like butterflies. And I'm like, I stopped at the nearest gas station. I put it in park, and I'm like, Diana, you have to drive. and I'm like, and then the second time, I already kind of knew. You're ready for it. I felt it like as soon as I left. I was like, Diana, you're driving.
Oh shit.
I've had other people come, especially for the hot dabs, and they think they're going to be the ones to drive, and it almost always switches to it being whoever you come with because you're just floating, honestly. You're floating out.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
bro.
That's crazy.
You can't experience it unless you come here
Yeah.
and do it for yourself in the Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Much like an acid trip, like people say, how, like, explain it. You're
It's like RSO.
Yeah.
It's like we're
Oh, I
smoking.
don't
You
even
get
do
all the
RSO,
body.
yeah.
from
No,
it.
RSO hits you like paralysis,
Really?
bro. It's like you're just like I've done RSO, like big globs of RSO, and I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and I'll be stuck in bed and I'll forget because I'm asleep, and I'll be like, oh, the RSO, you're fine.
You remind yourself, you're like, hey.
Yeah, it's like a crazy edible high.
Yep, super crazy. That's
All
what
right.
it feels like.
So this is a 14 mil. So Darby, do you want to switch with him? You want to do a dry one since you haven't done a dry
I'll
one
do a
yet?
dry boy.
Yeah. You can use some ISO to wipe off the mouth if you want.
Oh, I got
Darby
the-
said
I
there
got
was
the
somebody that
pocket
was a
towels.
crusty dabber on that
Yeah,
one before.
someone needed to put some
I saw
chapstick on
Darby
it.
literally chiseling the mouthpiece before the show. So
You know.
don't forget to wipe the mouthpieces when you're
Yeah,
sharing pieces,
be
especially
courteous.
at events. There's wook flu that goes
You get the
around.
wook flu hard.
You ever get a wook flu from one of these events?
You know what, G? I think I have gotten wook flu at these places,
Duh.
bro, for sure. I'm
After
pretty sure.
Spain.
Bro.
Spain is one definitely a cesspool.
Yeah.
What I had a thought though. What if it's just us going back to eating the shitty food?
Nah, oh yeah, maybe, but like,
Just a
no.
thought. Just a thought.
I feel like it's definitely the sharing of the joints is the worst part.
Yeah, the joint sharing. You're like, dude, how many people have hit this thing?
And people are putting like that thing in their mouth.
With that thing, pretty sure.
You know?
You're like, ah, dude, how many dudes' lips have been on this?
What tip?
Yo, where you hanging out at, bro?
Where were you
Chill.
last night? Where were you?
You wiped this
last
down
night?
again. What the fuck? I'm just fucking
You
around.
carry fucking little wipes in your pocket.
Right, y'all.
All right, what did we land on?
Fucking
Half gram.
gram.
Oh, yeah. Oh, see, it's been a good show. Now we still have a couple packs to open. So Mace, we're just gonna let you take the rest of those Pokemon cards, and you can see what lies inside and make
Live-
your own fortune. We're already
That's
rich
beautiful.
enough.
Live
You guys
pull.
have a lot of money over here.
We're already retiring off of what we got,
Yeah.
so we're gonna share.
It's gonna be a good life.
You guys are up. with that Pikachu especially.
And I know I'm gonna be down after this dab, so.
Does this thing need like a bouncing pillar or anything?
Oh
or is-
yeah, you should put a pillar in that. Good call.
There's not numbers, but you'll know by where the burn is.
Now we have different size pillars, as you can see. What are you feeling? You want the biggest one?
Your recommendation.
Oh, what should we do, Darby? Should we give him the biggest one?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're here for the people.
Yeah, people, leave a comment below. Everybody in the chat has a chance to win. What are they gonna win, Darby?
This banger basket here.
Brand
from our
new
associates at Banger Basket.
Not just any banger basket, limited edition, Darby. Show them what it says.
Let's see, what does this thing say right here?
Boom, Hot Dabs, the first ever, the debut of our collaboration. It's official, folks. We got Hot Dabs banger baskets now available to the Patreon members only. You're going to be available for the first week to you only. These are limited, less than 100 available.
Yeah,
Darby's
because
got the
YouTube ain't
first
going to
one.
see it.
YouTube ain't going to see this.
Yeah, they're going to be gone before YouTube sees
I've
it.
been losing shit this whole episode. I lost
Like your
my
mind?
water.
They MK'd Ultra them.
Did I drink your water?
No, I lost my the dab cloth.
I had there was a closed water. I drank that bitch.
Okay, so it wasn't the gut.
Talk about lips thing.
But the
touching things.
dab cloth is for sure gone.
Where'd it go? Oh, here it is, right there.
Okay, so the gut. All right, 2 for 2. Nice try, Cheney. Yeah.
Like Dick Cheney.
Yeah.
Like the
old
one
vice
that shot the
president?
guy.
Oh,
He tried his best.
You guys are the best.
Thank you.
Too funny, man.
You'll both need these.
That's it. That's it.
We got a tremendous fortune over here beside us.
You're a fool. All right, let me heat this bitch up. So, what's the tech here?
You just heat it up and down.
From the bottom right here?
Yeah.
All right.
Imagine being a Machop and after 25 years, no one still wants you.
Being a what?
Machop.
I know, I didn't listen to what. I thought Darby was just going on.
Yo, imagine being a Machop after 25 years and nobody still. Yeah, nobody fucking cares about Machop, huh?
First edition, who cares?
How many Machop tattoos are out there? You know what I'm saying? Not many.
Darby said he
I
has
have a Magikarp
collection.
tattoo.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
what?
on my back.
What spurred
Machop?
Magikarp?
No. Magic
I was
card?
16 years old or 18. No, 16 when I got the Pena tattoo because somebody owed my dad a favor, and I don't know, I ended up with a tattoo.
Your dad was gonna break somebody's legs, or
Somebody owed my dad a favor, and I ended up at a sketchy tattoo shop getting
For sure.
my last name. It's like a Mexican tradition.
And
you
how
know?
hyped were you to do it?
I was 16. I thought I was badass.
Yeah,
and
hell
I-
yeah.
Of course.
And my dad was like, I don't know, he didn't give a fuck either. So I was like, fuck it, we both don't give a fuck, you know?
Oh, yeah, we're sending it.
Yeah, and when I turned 18, I had a pound of sour D that my dad again bought me as a high school present because I graduated high school.
That's a fire present.
Damn,
And,
that's a cool dad.
Some dude came to the house and I traded him 2 sacks of sour, 2 grams, $40 worth for the tattoo on my back, G.
Bro, Magikarp on me, bro.
And that's the magic card.
You're gonna have to show everybody the tattoo after this dab.
No doubt.
Yo.
It's
I think
gonna
we
be
should.
hilarious.
I think we should take a picture of it, and then you guys could just.
Oh,
throw
I'll
it in
just put
there.
it up,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I don't want everybody to see my fucking titties.
That's for the OnlyFans
We're gonna get this
subscriber.
episode pulled quick.
Yeah.
The CIA's already been watching this whole fucking
For
thing.
sure, facts.
No, they're trying to throw us off.
Cheney and Biden are kicked back watching this right now. Like the
Biden doesn't know what he's doing. He's chewing on his elbow.
Biden is literally just like fucking zoned out.
How mean of those people to take advantage of old Biden like that. You guy doesn't know what's going on.
This motherfucker is crazy, bro.
This is gonna be a good send-off. Thanks everybody for tuning in to the second ever Hot Dab Sessions conspiracy session. We made it through 2. They haven't taken us out yet. If there's a shooter from the window, we didn't suicide ourselves.
No, we didn't.
Yo, fucking A.
Drop a comment on the next ones you want to see us talk about.
What temp do I take this at, big
Whatever
dog?
you want.
All right. While
The
you're
sessions,
listening.
you can go enjoy yourself.
Yeah, we're just freestyling. It's sessions. We're out here having fun.
Oh, that's nice.
What'd you go in at?
Like 5.
I'm at 850.
This is the extendo clip, or what do you guys call this?
That's the extendo. I forget what Toro said that was
It's
called.
the clacker.
Shout out Toro. Shout out Smoking Jacket going over there to Ithaca for the Smoking Jacket in 2 weeks. Last I checked, there was 5 tickets left. Your chance to go down, see Toro Studio, smoke all the entries.
That sounds like a good deal. I'd
good
take that deal.
So it's the one that says max, right?
Yeah, you want to go in at...
Max.
Oh, you should go in now.
It's like 670. It says.
Yeah.
Master, this trying to kill me. You should go in now.
It's because we're your friends.
Let's go.
People you don't like don't give you that much hash to smoke.
He's filling up the trough.
Like a boss. Got the fucking trough, boss. That was his warm-up hit. Damn!
See how the coils there? It's like a power. It's like a nuclear power plant.
It actually burns all the hash.
Yeah. Nothing wasted.
What the fuck?
Mission accomplished.
Hell nah. Jack in the crack.
Get this man a breakfast jack.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. This has been another Hot Dabs Conspiracy Sessions with Masonic coming all the way down from Compton.
Appreciate you
You
making
made it through another
you guys.
episode.
Thank you guys.
What do you have to say to the people? What should they be looking out for on the website? What's going on?
They should join the Masonic Seed subscription service. 3-pack straight to your front door, automated, super streamlined. Go join the Masonic Seed subscription service at MasonicSeeds.co. Tap in.
That's like a bark box for seeds.
It's like fucking Playboy mag.
It's like
straight
every
to your
month?
front door. Every month.
That's cool.
Damn, I'm gonna sign up right now.
Sign up one time every month. You're getting his selection straight to your door.
Thanks, mate. MasonicSeeds.com.
MasonicSeeds.com. Support a real one. Ace, thanks for coming through.
Thank you guys.
We'll see you next time. We're out. Patreon, you're the last ones here.
Patreon, I'm high as fuck right now. You guys are still better than YouTube.
Patreon still here?
Patreon's still here.
Patreon's kicking it.
Fuck.
That was
Patreon.
delicious.
Fucking Patreon.
I was sipping on
still
this
here.
like a fucking delicious drink.
All right. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I'm
Send
dead.
it out.